G'day guys, welcome back to your practice. As per usual, we won't need any props today, just yourself and your mat. So when you're ready, let's get into it. Let's start in a wide-legged child's pose. So as you move there, your knees go wide, your big toes touch, and you slowly start to sink your hips back down towards your heels. You reach your fingertips, your palms, your arms out in front of you as you rest your forehead, your chin, your chest down towards the earth. And in this position, you slowly start to ground. You begin to turn your gaze inward. And you remove your attention and your awareness away from your day. And you bring it to yourself, to your breath, and to this practice. We'll just be here for a few more breaths, beginning to surrender and beginning to land. This is kind of the calm before the storm, if you will. The ease to our effort, the yin to our yang. So find the steady breath, and then you slowly rise to all fours into your tabletop position. From here, just begin to circle shoulders over wrists, clockwise, anti-clockwise. It don't matter. Just warming through the wrists, through the fingers, the hands, through the shoulders. And if you'd like to, you can bring those movements up into the spine. You can potentially feel them down in the hips, in the legs. Just finding some freedom, some asymmetry to start the class. And from here, coming to stillness, tucking your toes, lifting the hips, the knees, pressing back into your downward facing dog. Little pedal through the heels. Little swish from hips from side to side. Just carving out some space in the body. Whilst all the while staying connected to your breath. On your next inhale, you ripple forward to your high plank. You pause and hold. Tuck the tailbone underneath, squeeze the legs towards one another, protract through the shoulder blades, pressing the ground away. Maybe you find a slight grip of your mat with your fingertips, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1 with either knees raised or lowered, slowly lower down to the mat in 3, 2. On 1 as you land, untuck your toes, oscillating cobra 5 rounds, fingertips find the earth as you inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, softens you down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, surrender. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One final time. Deep inhale, rise. Exhale, soften down. Hands underneath shoulders. Press back up to your high plank. And come into your tabletop position. From here, knees stay where they are. Hips stay stacked over knees. Begin to walk your hands, your palms, your fingertips forward to find puppy pose, Anahatasana. Once again, just as in child's pose, maybe it's your chin, your chest, your forehead resting on the earth. And maybe it's none of the above. Maybe you are super duper tight through your shoulders, just acknowledging where you are and where your body is on your path, on your journey in your yoga practice, and being kind to yourself in these poses, not trying to push too hard, more as though being the observer, being the listener, and listen to the body and hearing what it needs. Good, just one more inhale. Then as you exhale, walk the hands in, find your downward facing dog. From here, with an inhale, right leg raises to sky, three-legged dog, the hips stay square. As you exhale, slowly step your right foot up outside of your right palm, left knee softens down, lizard lunge. As you inhale, find a twist, right arm reaches open towards the sky. Good, as you exhale, those right fingertips find the earth. Hips draw back, you retract back, then you spring forward into an active squat. Feet are wide, thighs parallel to the earth. Gaze forward, arms forward, strong through the legs. Beautiful, hands find the earth, step back to your high plank. Stay here or move through your push-up to lower. And raise. And slowly lower down for 3. For 2. On 1, you untuck the toes, inhale, back bend. And as you exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, left leg floats to sky, left leg strong, hips square. As you exhale, left foot steps up outside of your left hand, right knee softens down, lizard lunge. Inhale to open, pivot towards the left side of the room. As you exhale, left fingertips find the earth, hips draw back, that right foot springs forward, active squat, hips sink low, reach the arms out. That plants just a little bit too close. Hands find the earth, step back to your high plank, stay here or move through your push-up to lower, and raise. And slowly lower down for 3. For 2. On 1, untuck those toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, raises you onto balls of feet. Exhale, you bend the knees, gaze forward, step, hop, spring to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, find the length. Exhale to soften. Inhale, stand tall, reach, sweep arms and gaze to sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Then as you exhale, draw your hands to your heart center. Surya Namaskar, A, 2 rounds. Inhale, arms and gaze, reach skyward. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold all the way in. Inhale to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant through the palms, step or float to your high plank. Stay here or move through your push-up to lower. And raise. And slowly lower down for 3. For 2. On 1, the toes untuck. Inhale, up dog. As you exhale, rolling over toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, you raise high onto the balls of feet. Exhale, you bend your knees, you gaze forward, step, hop, float your journey to the top. Half lift, flat back, inhale. Fold in, round in, exhale. Inhale, stand tall, reach, sweep arms and gaze to sky. Exhale, gather it all into your heart. Inhale, arms and gaze, raise. Look past your fingertips. Exhale, hinge and fold, lead with your heart. Inhale, halfway, lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palm, step or float, high plank. Stay here or move through your push-up to lower. And raise. And slowly lower down for 3. For 2. On 1, untuck the toes, inhale, back bend, Urdhva Mukha. Rolling over toes as you exhale, Adho Mukha. 2 breaths, in through the nose, out of the nose or the mouth. In through the nose, out of the nose or the mouth. As you inhale, you ripple forward to your high plank. Slowly lower down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Find that push up, find that hold, find that hover. Press high to your high plank. Turn onto the outside blade of your left foot, stack your right foot on top. Vashisthasana, side plank, right arm reaches to sky. Gaze down, right knee drives towards your chest. Look forward, step forward. Half moon pose, you open up. Ardha Chandrasana. Beautiful. Open that left hip towards the sky. Deep breaths through the nose. Slowly begin to square your hips down, hands to heart center, warrior 3, driving strong through that right leg. Right knee bends, left foot lands, find your high plank. Inhale to rise. Exhale, front arrowhead pose, drive through the back, left toes, reach through the fingertips, crown of the head reaching past the line of the front of the mat. Draw your shoulders onto your back body. Drive through that right foot, sink into the right thigh. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll find double bent leg lunge. Arms sweep forward to sky. Left knee is hovering just above the mat. Sinking low. Challenging the thighs. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, hands to earth, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, waves you forward to the high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down halfway, pause, hold. Drive high to your high plank. This time stack onto the outside blade of your right foot, left arm to sky. Grip the mat with the right fingertips. Corkscrew that right shoulder onto the back body. Left knee drives in towards the chest. Gaze forward, left foot slowly steps its way to the top of the mat. Left fingertips plant in front of your mat. Half moon pose. You open up. Steady gaze. Steady breath. Hands to heart center. Right hip squares down. You find Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Left knee bends, right foot softly lands at the back of the mat, arms and gaze to sky. Anjaneyasana high, crescent lunge. Arrowhead pose, lean forward, sweep the arms, the fingers back, drive through your right foot. Sink into that left thigh. Challenge the depth here. Shoulders draw onto the back body. Steady gaze. Double bent leg lunge, right knee softens down. Arms engaged, reach skyward once more. That right knee is low, but it is not touching the mat. The shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. You try and invite in as much calm as you can. You're here for 3. For 2. On one, fingertips find the earth, step back, downward, facing dog. Inhale, waves you forward to the high plank. Stay here or move through your push-up to lower. And raise. Then slowly lower down for 3. For 2. On one, you untuck the toes. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, rolling over toes. Downward, facing dog. 2 breaths. In through the nose. Out of the nose or the mouth. In through the nose. Out of the nose or the mouth. Inhale waves you forward to your high plank. We have 3 raises and lowers from Chaturanga Dandasana to high plank. Let's go for them. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank. One more. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Drive high, high plank. Outside blade of your left foot, right foot to sky. Vashisthasana, side plank. Either stay here, maybe you step that right foot behind you to open up into your wild thing. Honor wherever you are in this moment. And wherever you are, let's all drive. Right knee towards chest, hold. Lift the hips, gaze forward. Right foot steps forward, half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana, open up. Beautiful. Square the hips down, standing split as you fold. Relax the head. Lift that left leg up a little higher. Good half moon pose. We open up once more. Open that left hip towards the sky. And we're transitioning towards warrior two. So right knee slowly bends. Left foot lightly lands into your Virabhadrasana 2. Relax those shoulders. Drive that right knee forward. And from here, lean forward. Hinge at the hips. Allow those right fingertips to find the earth. Come into a bent leg. Ardha Chandrasana. Reach the left fingertips towards the front of the room. Bend that right knee deeply. Keep opening your left hip towards the sky. And if you wibble wobble, if you lose your balance, that is okay. Warrior 3, right leg alone, hands to heart center. Beautiful right knee bends, left foot lands, double bent leg lunge. We're here. We're strong. We're steady. We may be shaking, we may be sweating, but that is all a part of the journey. Holding. Breathing for 3. For 2. On one, hands find the earth. Step back. Downward. Facing dog. Inhale ripples you forward to that high plank. 3 push-ups. Chaturanga Dandasana, you lower. Drive high plank 1. Lower down, pause. Drive high plank 2. One more. Lower down, pause. Drive high plank 3. Outside blade of the right foot. Left arm to sky. Vashisthasana. If you did on the previous side, step that left foot back and away. Open up. Wild thing. Drive through both legs evenly. Good, everyone. Left knee into chest. Pause. Lift the hips a little higher. Gaze forward. Left foot lightly lands at the top of the mat. Half moon pose. You open up. Steady breaths. Standing split, right hand to earth. Hips square, fold in. Lift that right leg a little higher if humanly possible today. Beautiful, guys. Open up, half moon pose. Notice the difference between the closed hip and the open hip. From here, left knee bends, right foot lands. Warrior 2. Whew. I am sweating. I am puffing. Sink into the legs. Relax those shoulders. Lean forward, bend deeply into the left knee. Place the left hand. Come into your bent leg, Ardha Chandrasana. Reach those left fingertips as far forward as you can. Right fingertips as far forward as you can. Beautiful. Warrior 3. Hips square, hands to heart center. Drive that left leg straight. Draw the shoulders onto the back body. Now left knee bends slowly. Right foot lands at the back of the mat. Double. Bent leg lunge. Sink low. Left toes spread wide. Drive through that back right big toe. Lowering a little more if possible. Holding for 3. For 2. On one, hands find the earth. Downward. Facing dog. As you inhale, you wave yourself forward to the high plank. Stay here or move through your push-up to lower. And raise. Then slowly lower down for 3. For 2. On one, toes untuck. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, rolling over toes. Downward. Facing dog. From here, dolphin pose. Forearm balance. Whatever is going to add to your practice, whether that be energetically, whether that be strength, whether that be a rest. Just know where you need to take your practice and breathe. And slowly the knees soften down. Hips sink towards heels. Find Vajrasana, lightning bolt pose. Rest your palms face up on your thighs. And try and soften and smooth out the breath. Don't know about y'all, but your boy's sweating over here. And from here, sink the hips to one side. And come onto your butt. And then find Navasana, your high boat pose. Squeeze the legs towards one another. Relax your shoulders back and down. You have two options. You can stay here in your high boat, or you can come with me through 15 raises and lowers from high boat to low boat. It is completely up to you. So let's put in some final bits of work. So take a deep inhale here. And slowly lower low boat. And raise high boat. That's one. Lower. Raise two. Lower. Three. Lower. Four. Lower. Five. Lower. Six. Lower. Seven. Lower. 8. Lower. 9. Lower. 10. Lower. 11. Lower. 12. Lower. 13. Lower. 14. Lower. 15. Hold. Legs can straighten if you want to. Holding for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, 2, on 1. Let it go. Soften all the way down onto your backs. Just a moment to breathe. A moment to rest. We have one more active pose to move through. And there's an option here. You can either move into bridge or move into wheel pose. So if you are moving into bridge, set your feet up hip width apart, bend at the knees, reach down with fingertips. Maybe you just brush your heels. And if you're going into wheel, you can already be up there. So take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, drive through the heels, lift through the hips. You may like to walk the shoulders underneath, interlace the fingers, and soften your pinkies down for the mat. And if you're going into wheel, if you're not already there, flip your palm, keep the drive through your legs, press yourself up. And just, once again, honor where you are in your back bend and find smooth breaths. And gently lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. You have two options here. Either happy baby, might be where you want to be, or it could be a gentle plow pose. Wherever you are, spine stays long. Mindfully you roll down and you release into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Legs go long, arms go long, and you find a moment here to rest, to surrender, and to let go. Feel the earth support you. Mindfully slow each and every breath down. And this is where I leave you, friends. So please linger in your Shavasana as long as you need, as long as you're being called to. Really experience that deep place of rest after that hard work. And feel into your heart space. Fill it with love, fill it with joy, fill it with kindness. From the bottom of my heart, my friends, I thank you greatly for sharing your practice with me. Always remember, today is going to be a good day. And I bow to you. Namaste.